St. Baptist University Church. I'm Pastor Bernard.
Please put this in.
Are you rolling?
Yeah. I was because I wanted it.
Here we go. Ready? Yo, what's up, City First Youth? You're tuned into MSE TV. My name is Cameron Henderson. I'm the middle school pastor here. I'm so happy to be hanging out with you guys at the Sunday Huddle. And boy, do we have a message for you guys. Today we're hopping into a mini-series called Shiny versus Reflective. We're going to talk about how easy it is to be shiny and how rewarding it is to actually be reflective of who Jesus is. That being said, we're going to jump into the book of Genesis. It's like the first little page of the Bible. Just open up, being right there. Genesis is when God creates the whole world, the heavens, the earth, and he also creates mankind. And when he creates mankind, he creates a guy by the name of Adam. And Adam's really, really cool because he gets to have a companionship with God. But the problem is that Adam did not find any reward. He couldn't figure out what he was missing. He couldn't figure out how to best utilize the company of God. And that started to create problems in Adam's life. God started to notice that Adam was struggling. And so he did a few things to help Adam out. Like he gave him dominion over every animal. And he let Adam name all the animals. He also let Adam have dominion over all the land and till the land and grow and farm and stuff like that. But to Adam's surprise, it didn't really help him. So God had this really cool idea. What he did was he was like, yo, Adam, I want you to take a nap. And then when you wake up, I'm gonna have this really awesome surprise for you. So Adam literally took a nap, and then he woke up, wiping off the crust out of his eyes, yawning, and before him was a drop-dead, gorgeous shorty named Eve. He was literally livid. He was like, OMG, thank you so much, God. God's the best wingman in the world, by the way. And so this is what happened. Adam and Eve were desperately in love. They couldn't get enough of each other. And it was all good and it was perfect. Everything was good. You can roll the credits. But there was a problem. There was also another person in the garden. The Bible describes him to be the serpent. And the serpent was a tricky trickster. Like he would lie to people and he would trick them into doing things that they didn't want to do. And what the serpent did is that he tricked Adam and Eve into this lie. This lie that God wasn't on their side. This lie that there was something missing and God couldn't provide it for them. See, there was one rule. God said that you can eat anything in the garden except for this one tree. And Adam and Eve knew that they couldn't eat from it. But the serpent tricked them. And he came up to them and he told them, did God really say you would die? Maybe if you eat from this tree, your eyes will be open and you will become just like God. And I'm here to tell you, that somewhere along the line, there's somebody that's watching, maybe it's you, you've also been tricked. In fact, I believe it's all of us. Somewhere along the line, we've all been tricked into believing that maybe God doesn't have everything for us, or maybe that there's something we're missing. Maybe it was just a relative. Maybe it was just, a friend from school. Maybe it was a teacher. Maybe it wasn't even to hurt you. Maybe it was something slight. Someone said. They were just criticizing your work or criticizing your effort, or they're just simply giving you feedback. Whatever the case is, somewhere along the line, you were tricked into thinking that you were missing something. And through that moment in history, we started to try to fix ourselves. And we have a word for it. It's called becoming shiny. See, we do all these things that make us glow, that make us sparkle, that make us shine. But the problem with shiny is that shiny is always shallow. That the moment you get really close and in person and in the face with something that's shiny, you realize every little thing that it's missing. You see all the imperfections in it. You see the falseness in it. You see how it's crumbling and breaking within itself, and it has to continue, fix itself, and repair just so it can stay shiny. Think about it, ladies. When was the last time you were crushing on a dude? You're like, oh my gosh, look at so-and-so. You thought they were so cool, you thought they were so awesome, but the moment you got close with them, you realize that kid can't hold the conversation. Or fellas, when's the last time you were like, kind of into a girl? You're like, oh snap, look at her, she's doing her thing. And the moment you get close to her, you realize that her entire life is composed of just being TikTok famous. And there's just shallowness in it. See, shallowness leaves you empty. When you touch something shiny, sometimes it's not always, it doesn't mean it has worth. Like think about all the shiny things you can find if you just walk outside, all the things you can pick up that are shiny, and you get really close to it and you're like, there's no worth in this. So we have to combat that. And this is where Jesus comes into the picture. See, Jesus teaches us to be reflective. Jesus says, watch as I do, look what I do as I do, love people the way that I love people. His entire life he spent loving on people. He spent adding value to people, helping them discover their worth, bringing people into his life, doing life with people. And Jesus gave us a commandment to love God and to love people. What he's saying, just be reflective of my love. Show the love that I've shown you to everyone else. And see, the cool thing about reflections is that when you get really, really close to something, if it's shiny, you can dust off the shimmer and look at it, and it might not even actually show you a picture. And it might be blurry or pixelated or distorted. But when something is reflective, think about a mirror. When it's not just shining random light at you all the time, but when it's showing you an image, it's clear. And all of a sudden you can understand. My question today for you is, in what ways in your life are you being shiny? In what ways do you find yourself wanting or desiring attention or applause, or maybe just wanting to fill a gap of loneliness? You find yourself saying things, doing things. Now there's two sides to this. I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, I don't do things to make people like me, to make people applaud me, or to say all nice things about me. Maybe you do things that are a little bit disruptive. They're shiny in their own way. Like you say negative things in class, or you are disobedient when people are talking, or maybe you do things just simply to stand out, even if it's bad. There's two sides to the coin. In what ways are you trying to emulate light so that people can notice you because you think that you're missing something? And with that being said, think about all the ideas and thoughts that you had about being shiny in the ways that maybe you are shiny in your own ways and in your life. And I want you to take those thoughts and write them down. And then the second part is, we want to see you guys tonight. I'm personally inviting you to our life group hangout at Davis Park. There's going to be some information that's going to pop up somewhere on this screen. And we're going to hang out and have a picnic and have a Bible study. And we're going to bring those questions up and we're going to discuss them together in a circle as a family. All that being said, we hope that you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we can't wait to see you. Bye.